So I wanted to go over this graphic a little bit as far as how these mitigation strategies work and why we should really think about implementing them. Ian McKay, who is a PhD candidate on Twitter, especially epidemiology Twitter, tweeted out this picture, and I thought that it was so relevant, and it's a very general but also simplified way in demonstrating why we want to implement multiple mitigation strategies and how they work. So we can think of each mitigation strategy as a slice of Swiss cheese. And we all know that Swiss cheese comes with a bunch of holes, but the more slices you stack up on one another, the less holes that are present, right? And so we recognize that no single intervention is an end all or 100% protection. So if you wear a mask, that's not 100% protection against transmission. You know, you can wear a mask and then also socially distance, so stay 6 feet apart. And then you can also be outside where there's open air and you don't have to worry about the lack of ventilation. And then you can also limit your time because that also decreases your risk of transmission. So it's just layering as many mitigation strategies on top of one another as possible that's going to lead you to be the safest that you can be. And really, each intervention has imperfections, like we said, the holes, but implementing one or more of them on top of another is what leads to a higher success rate. What's also interesting about this graphic is that there are personal responsibilities versus shared responsibilities. So we know that there's a lot of talk with the vaccine coming out, and we know that there's a lot of talk with herd immunity and how that can be achieved. So that would rely on one of the shared responsibilities is quarantining and isolating if you are positive, because that really prevents the spread from others. That's a shared responsibility that we have to our community members. Taking a vaccine to help boost herd immunity, especially for those who can't necessarily, is a shared responsibility that would help the community and others. Taking tests, staying outdoors, all of that can be counted as a shared responsibility. So this is a good way to think about how these mitigation strategies work, why we have to layer them on top of one another, and then why we should think about implementing them at all, especially this holiday season, because something big about public health is really harm reduction rather than completely trying to avoid everything.